Discredit your limiting beliefs. Researchers have measured that the average person has about 50,000 thoughts per day. That's a lot of thinking. Well, the sad thing is that the vast majority of them are pure nonsense that are not based on reality. They are thoughts that dwell in the past or thoughts that worry about the future, but rarely are they thoughts that are present and about the here and now. And the saddest thing is that more than 70% of our daily thoughts are negative in nature. We do spend a lot of time rerunning old, hurtful stories so many times that they have become part of our identity, part of our reality. And it's hard for us to even remove ourselves from the grip of our own thoughts. So we want to create a new perspective for ourselves, and we want to gain insights and have breakthroughs happen. But to do that, we want to remove the grip that these thoughts have on us. And we have practiced these thoughts so much that we've literally created high-speed highways for these thoughts to travel faster through our brain and to come and interrupt us. That's why we use various techniques like meditation, contemplation, breathing exercises, visualization, some kind of practices that get us to not make it so easy for our negative feelings and our negative thoughts to run our life. So I want to introduce you to this fun and totally silly technique to remove the intensity of these thoughts. And it's a coaching technique that comes from Anthony Robbins, who's a very well-known life coach. I've used this technique myself to discredit my own limiting beliefs and my own negative emotions. I've used it with my coaching clients. I've used it at workshops and even with some of my family members. There are other ones out there, but to me, that's the simplest and the funniest one to implement. And that's one that you can practice either by yourself in front of a mirror or whenever you are alone and it's okay for you to be goofy. Or you can even practice it with your kids, unless they're teenagers, because teenagers don't really have a sense of humor at some point. And you can practice it with your partner as well. Basically, you're going to reread each of your limiting beliefs, each of your fears and negative statements. Do you remember the Know Thyself game that we played in Module 2? Take your worksheet with you, and there is a page here that asks you about your deepest fears, your beliefs, your concerns, your complaints. And you wrote down a few things on it. Well, let's start with that. And you're going to retell these limiting beliefs and fears, retell them out loud, and you will sound like Donald Duck. Let me give you an example. If you wrote down, I don't deserve to be with this person. I don't deserve to be with John. To discredit this negative belief, you're going to sound like this. Oh, I don't deserve to be with this person. If you wrote down, Mike is so annoying when he spends all his weekends watching football, you're going to sound like this. Mike is so annoying when he spends all his weekends watching football. Or when you wrote down, I'm so sad that John decided to spend his evening with his friends instead of me. Oh, I'm so sad that John decided to spend his evening with his friends instead of me. Use this high-pitched voice and sound like a silly cartoon character. Any kind of voice, really. You can even put your index fingers in your nose. I don't do that. I prefer to pinch my nose or make some funny faces. Be as silly and goofy as possible. And if you sound completely stupid, well, that's a very good thing because laughter sheds light on insanity. And sometimes we do have some insane thoughts. Thoughts we've repeated so many times that they cripple us. We don't have to believe every single thought that goes through our mind. A lot of it is total rubbish. A lot of it is self-absorbed. And a lot of them might turn us into victims instead of giving us strength, instead of showing us where our true power is. So go ahead, write down or read your deepest limiting beliefs and fears with a silly, goofy sound. And share the love and share the laughter with the people around you. Take care.